Hey, what's up? It's Y, and we're back with another episode of Why Stop Now. Today, I'm very fortunate to be here with Miss Gabi Azar. Gabi, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's your day been?
Probably a 9.
And why would you rate it like that?
Well, I have less classes on Wednesdays, so I didn't have to go to class as much. So I had more free time to do homework, and I went to work today, and I work with kids, and they were just super extra cutie and kind to me today. But it's not a 10 because I'm getting over a cold, so I blew my nose a lot. And that's just unfortunate for me personally.
Well, I'm sorry that it wasn't quite a 10, but I'm glad that it's been so good so far.
Thank you.
You just mentioned that you work with kids. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I work for Eureka, which is the Kids Science Museum on campus, but I'm what's called a STEAM intern, so I work just kind of wherever they place me, so I can be in the museum, but most of my time is spent in the after-school program. We're in what's called District 51, that's the school district here.
Okay.
And so in any of the schools that are within District 51, I go to their after-school programs from 3:45 to 5:45, and I just get to hang out with the kids that are there until their parents pick them up, so we just get to play outside, eat some snacks, really do whatever we want. I just go to different schools each day.
That's fun. And you kind of got that idea that you want to be a teacher. Well, I definitely formed my question wrong there. Sorry about that. Let me try that again. So you're working with kids right now at the Science Museum.
Yeah.
And your goals in the future are to be a teacher. Tell me like what you want to do within that.
Oh gosh. I don't really know. It's kind of nerve-wracking because there's just so much that you can do with it. I think I want to teach in 3rd through 5th grade area, but it's kind of hard to tell because sometimes the little 2nd and 3rd graders, they're just so cute. But I'd teach anything like 5th grade or below. Not high schoolers because they scare me.
They scare me too.
And they probably know more than I do. So, but I would just love to do that and to be able to do anything that I could that helps with Spanish. Whether that's like a ESL teacher or just like helping in the Spanish program. I don't know if I'd be a full-blown Spanish teacher, but I'd love to be able to just help with that knowledge, I guess.
So that's something that I think is super cool about what you're doing right now, your major, your minor. Tell me what your major and minor are.
I'm an elementary education major with emphasis or concentration, whichever you want to call it, in math, because we have to pick either math, social sciences, or English, and I don't want to do social sciences, and I really liked my math teacher last year, so that's just kind of how it worked out, and then I have a minor in Spanish.
So basically, you're a woman in STEM and Spanish, so that's pretty slay of you.
Basically, thank you for admitting that, because some people don't want to say that to me.
So this summer, you're actually planning to further your studies in Spanish.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I just found out yesterday, actually, that I'm going to be officially accepted, or I was officially accepted, to be able to go to Spain with the Spanish department this summer, which is so exciting. It's a 5-week trip from the end of May to the very end of, basically the end, yeah, into the beginning-ish end of June and July. And it's just 5 weeks of studying in Spain, and they have a couple different classes that they offer, so I'm going to take like 2 classes, and one of them is my math milestone, so that's
nice.
Out of the way in Spain, which is super exciting. And I just get to learn more about Spanish culture and also just speak Spanish more. And I'll stay with the host family there, so I'll be like actually fully ingrained in their culture there. And then the weekends are your own, so theoretically I can do whatever I want. I can go travel to Morocco or Portugal, as long as I have money, which is another thing. But yeah, that's what we get to do. We just get to learn about Spanish, which is so cool.
It's so exciting that you're going to be able to better your skills.
Yeah.
I know Spanish is something that like you're super passionate about and you really enjoy learning. So I'm glad that you're going to be able to go fully immerse yourself in that culture and just be able to be more fluent. Like I've heard you speak, you're pretty good at it now, but just imagine like once you get done with that program, and it might be hard for you to speak English when you get back.
Probably.
So have you been outside of the country before this, or will this be your first time?
No, I've been to Mexico, Bolivia this past summer, Belize, and Panama, and Costa Rica. And I think that's everywhere.
That honestly makes me so jealous. I'm hoping to make it to Costa Rica this summer, but
Yes.
I think it is so cool that you've been able to go experience all those. This last summer, you went to Bolivia,
Yes, ma'am.
and that was to help volunteer, right, through your church. Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, it was a mission trip through my church back home, not here, but back home. And it was 10 days in Guayara Marin, and we just got to spend the majority of our time with orphans at this specific orphanage that we've been partnered with for a while. So my church has gone there before, but it was my first time going. And we just hung out with the kids all day. I mean, we had our meals with them, and then we served them by like painting. They have just one big campus, and they live there. Most of them go to school there. Some of them have a different school they go to as well. But I mean, they eat there. They have like their own cafeteria and things like that. So they have lots of buildings. So they always have stuff ready for us to paint. So we just painted it was their classrooms that we painted this past summer.
Nice.
And just kind of freshened them up for them a little bit and changed up the colors so that it's something a little bit different. And then just like got to fellowship with them, because that's also just something that's so important and integral just for like everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone needs fellowship and people. So we just got to hang out with them and just like show love to them and show the love of Jesus to them, which was super exciting. And like we took them to a swimming pool, which was super exciting because only some of them had been there before, because they don't get to leave the orphanage that often, and if they do, it's just to like go to the town that's right there.
Okay.
So this was a little bit different, and they swam in there for I like 5 hours.
Wow.
Like they just swam and swam and swam, and they made different cakes for us, and we just like ate and swam in the swimming pool, and it was so fun until the sun went down, literally. So.
I'm glad that you guys were able to party till the sun went down.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was a really great experience.
Yeah.
So beyond your schooling program and your volunteer trips, you're just kind of a gal with a lot on your plate. Another thing that you do to always keep busy is you are a leader of Delight, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about that.
Delight Ministries is a women's Bible study that we have here on campus on Tuesday nights in Dominguez, and it's so fun. It's so cool. I started going last year, so second semester last year, and I just loved it. I loved getting to have a woman-led community, just to talk about Jesus and worship Jesus a little bit more. And Delight as a whole corporation is outside of CMU, so there's Delights in Texas and really just all over the country, but there's a lot of them in Texas because Texas is a big state. But so they make different Bible studies each semester, and so each semester we go through that specific Bible study, and it's just so cool because it's geared towards college women, so it's a little bit more, I don't know, apt to what you're currently going through. And there are so many times where I'm just like, wow, that chapter really helped me this week. Someone knew what they were doing. But yeah, it's so cool, and I just love getting to be there and to be a leader with it, and to just kind of help serve the people on campus in that way, and just to talk about Jesus and to worship him and think about him every Tuesday night.
One part about Delight is that there's always Delight dates.
Yes, ma'am.
Where you pair a girl with another girl, and they're supposed to go out and get coffee or anything really that is time for them to spend with one another. You and I kind of went on our own Delight date type of situation the other night around 9 p.m.
As one does.
Let's take a look at that. Okay, we are here for the most informal episode that I have done to date. But today, Gabi and I are gonna make a run to Crumbl Cookie. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you excited about this?
So excited. I love a Crumbl run.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, we are here and we're ready to go in. Gabi, would you care to open the door to the gates of heaven?
I would just love to so much.
We've made it here. We come in. There's some beautiful colors around. I love the aesthetic. Gabi, look at all of these scrumptious cookies. What's your reaction as you see them all laying out there?
I'm so excited. They changed their normal chocolate chip one to be semi-sweet chocolate chunk, which is even more exciting. I for sure want that Buckeye brownie.
Okay, we're going to keep reviewing our choices, and we will get back to you after we have made our selection. Gabi is having a hearty dilemma here because we don't know what to do. We have already decided on the Oreo, the caramel, and the Buckeye brownie, But now we're debating between the semi-sweet chocolate chunk and the cookie butter white chip. Walk me through where your mind's at with these.
Well, I just have no idea what the cookie butter white chip is going to taste like. And it's got Biscoff cookie, which I've heard are really good. Those seem like the little things you dunk in your tea when you want to be fancy and British. But get that real quick. Look at the chunks on that chocolate chip, plus the sea salt. Are you kidding? That just looks so good. But also, like, it's not as special as a cookie butter white chip.
So I guess my question for you, how we're going to break this tough crossroads that you've come through, is are you more into the aesthetic of the chunk and sea salt, or do you want to be fancy like the British biscotti?
You know, I feel like I'm an American, so I'm going to have to go with the chocolate.
And the chocolate it is. Okay, we've made our decisions, and now we're going to get our cookies boxed up. Okay, we are walking out of the store because there are other customers in there, and we don't want to be disruptful. We are now got our 4 cookies. Gabby's going to show them off a minute, and then we are going to head back to Wingate to give them a taste.
Ooh,
what one are you most excited for?
That one is warm and melty. For sure, the Buckeye.
Okay, let's go try them.
I'm getting over too, so deal with it.
And we are in this very yassified room because we thought that the kitchens were just a little bit too basic.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are ready to jump in and try our cookies. Let's give it a little look up. Walk me through what your taste buds are feeling.
It's not as good as the one that I've had on my birthday. Because it's
Really?
not quite as Oreo cookie.
I really like that. I like the base of the cookie. I feel like is pretty tasty, but mixed with that cream of like that milkshake feeling.
Yeah.
I really enjoy this one.
Okay.
What are you rating it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like a 6.5.
Okay, this is the 6.5 from Gabby's point of view, and for me, I'm probably gonna say it was an 8. I really enjoyed this bite. My bite was not bland. It was pretty delectable.
Well, my bite was all sugar cookie, so it was delicious. It didn't have any caramel in it. 7.8. Maybe even an 8.
Here we are. We've got a lot of chocolate going on here. Maybe it'll cure my voice. That's exactly what you were hoping for?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Is it as American as you were dreaming it to be?
Yes. Red, white, and blue all the way. That is good.
That's a lot of chocolate.
I just got the sea salt in it. Oh! 9.5.
Here we go. Oh, that's a lot of chocolate. Okay.
You can do it. I'm going deep.
While you're munching your way through, I'll share my thoughts. I actually liked that a lot more than I expected to. I was really expecting for my, not loving chocolate so much. I didn't think that I would care for that one, but that one's pretty good. Do you have your rating?
I do. I really liked it. It reminds me of my favorite Girl Scout cookie, which is the Tagalongs, which are also just a thin layer cookie with peanut butter and chocolate. So, very similar. 8.5.
Perfect. So overall, chocolate chunk is your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could describe this cookie in one word, what would it be?
Heartwarming. Go check out your local Crumbl.
Go check out your local Crumbl. Gabby,
Yes, ma'am.
let's go back to the studio.
Amen.
I've never done an episode quite like that before.
I'm honored.
That was a lot of fun, and definitely on the informal side for my show. And I also have noticed we've been eating a lot more on my show than normal. It's kind of coming up again. We didn't do that at all last semester, so I'm glad that we're bringing that in a little bit more.
Yes.
What did you think of our little run? Did you have fun?
Oh, I loved it. I love a good sweet treat. So, I personally loved it. Going through Crumbl, always fun. It was like an early birthday present. It was great.
I'm glad. I also should bring it up that we are not sponsored by Crumbl. That was just fun. But
they're just lucky to have you.
They are lucky that we went and blessed them with our presents that evening. So, Gabi, I've kind of talked a little bit about all of the different things that you do, but now is kind of the time of the show that I like to bring up kind of our hardships.
Yeah.
So you balance a lot. You've got a lot on your plate. What do you think has been the greatest challenge that you've had to overcome?
I think doing just that and balancing everything on my plate and it kind of being on my own schedule, because in high school, you know, you go to school 7:40 in the morning, you leave at, I don't even remember what time we got let out, like 2:45, whatever it was, and you go and you do your homework, like you're not technically done, but you're done, and like you take all your classes, boom, boom, boom. I never had like an off period in high school. I kind of had one, but it was a TA, so I never like went home and went back to school, really, except for maybe lunch, so I didn't even do that then. Like I was busy even then.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think just doing that and having to make my own schedule and be in control, because I love being in control, but also not getting super stressed out and anxious over it, because I have so many things that I want to do, and I just love hanging out with people and being in community with people, and so I like to do so many things, and I want to just like give my all to all of those things, but then I'm running out of hours in the day. So I think my biggest hardship has just been figuring out how to balance my life and not run out of hours in the day, and to still enjoy myself and to have fun, because that was one of the biggest things my parents told me when I came to college was like, yes, take all these classes that you need to, but also like take one class that you're doing for fun. Do one thing that you're doing for fun, because you need to actually enjoy it. You don't need to be so academic brained. So I think just figuring out how to actually live that now, day by day, because every day is different.
What advice would you give to somebody who might be faced with a similar challenge?
First off, I would want to say it's okay to be stressed out. You're not like incapable, because that was something that I really struggled with. So I was like, why am I incapable of doing this? Why am I inept and everyone else is great? So you're not incapable. And it's okay to be stressed out, but it's also okay to just take some deep breaths and to ask other people for help and to keep you accountable. And my biggest thing has been just like praying over it and thinking, okay, how can I devote my time to God and do my best for the Lord, because that's really what matters for me, and that's what matters in the end. And every day that I try to start out like that and try to do that and make that my mindset is a better day. And I have a good day, and the sun is shining, and I love the sun. I love photosynthesizing like a plant, so I just love it. So I think I would say, like, take a second to think about your life like that, and to think about how much peace He can give you and how gentle He can be with you.
I think that is great advice.
Thanks.
Is there anything else that you would like to add? I think I've kind of hit all the topics that I wanted to talk about.
I don't know. Maybe just like, why stop now? Because my roommate's pretty cool. That's all I've got. Don't stop, Wiley.
Thank
Keep
you for
going.
that advice.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Okay, well, thank you for coming in, Gabi. I really enjoyed talking to you. It was really fun. We've been kind of wanting to do this for a little while now, so I'm glad that you got to come in and we got to talk and that we got cookies out of the deal.
I know. Cookies and you made me famous. That was what I titled my Be Real.
Wow.
When I posted the Be Real of us getting Crumbl cookies, and now it's a reality.
Look at us go. Okay. Well, Gabi, thank you again for coming on. Why stop now? The story is just getting started.